I'm going to go over how to use the Zoll X Series monitor as an AED while it's actually in the manual mode. It's not configured to boot as an AED. So let's say a BLS crew gets a call and they happen to be responding somewhere where there is a code blue and nobody else is around and the crew has this monitor. You can use it as a semi-automated AED. And the first thing that we do is we turn it on. The green button on the top. And it's going to boot up. So what we do is we go and we get the pacing or defibrillation cables out. Now normally this is going to be set up with this one's set up with the CPR stat pads, which would be fine to use. So you would probably already have this all plugged in and you could put these on the patient and that would be fine. The problem is I'm using for the demo expired pads because I don't want to use these nice pads that aren't cheap. So I'm going to unplug the pads that are good and ready to use, and I'm going to hook up pads that are expired for the demo. In this case, I'm just plugging in the expired pads. So you want to make sure placement's correct. There's two different ways. You can put them on the front of the body, or you can go anterior or posterior, but make sure they're okay. You see, once I plug them in, it defaults to pads and it shows that there's a rhythm that it's picking up. If you don't have a good connection with the clip where it's plugged in, or the pads are not making good contact on the body, then it's going to tell you, and you're going to see that it's not working properly. So you put all the pads on, and then you know that it's a code, so you want to analyze.
Stand clear.
You don't want to be touching the body
No
when you
shock
are
advised.
letting it analyze.
Perform CPR.
So it's going to count down for 2 minutes, and you see the default joules is 200 joules selected. So for this manual X Series Zoll, and we're using it as an AED, it will go and ask us or have an energy select feature here. And we're going to go with the default because as EMTs, we go with the default, which is 200 joules, which is perfectly fine. If it was a regular AED, then we wouldn't have that option. And that's one of the differences. So let's say it goes through the analyzing and it says shock advised. So you've already done the analyze, and then you go and it says shock advised. We're not going to change the amount of energy, so we go straight to the button number 2, which is charge. So we hit charge, and once it's charged, then it's going to give us feedback that is ready to shock, and we're going to hit shock, and that's going to be it. And then it's going, after it shocks, it's going to go through its own cycle of analyzing and telling you what to do with the CPR. So right now it's going down to 42 seconds, and after 42 seconds it's going to start again and it's going to do the analysis. In between this 2-minute pause, we would be doing CPR, making sure that we're getting proper compressions and ventilations, and going with that until the time is up. 17 seconds left. Like I said, at the end of this, it's going to restart. About 8 seconds. And now it's going to check again.
Stop CPR.
You don't want to be touching the person.
Stand clear.
It's analyzing.
No shock advised.
No shock
Perform
advised.
CPR.
Like I said real quick, if it did say shock advised, we will go right over to charge, hit charge. It's going to charge up, and then it's going to give you visual feedback and audio feedback that it's ready for the shock, and you're going to hit the shock button. So follow the prompts. It's going to lead you in the right direction. Just follow the prompts, and you'll be good.